dear God.
Oh, dear God.
So are we freestyling this, or do we have some sort of rundown we want to do?
Well-
some sort of topic list?
Well, I think we were going to discuss the show, weren't we?
I think we were going to do a show season rundown, which would be a little
Give me 2
awkward
seconds,
for me.
Guys. What?
Why will it be awkward for you?
Because I didn't watch it. I mean, I did participate in show season in the group, but I don't watch the show. So, I mean...
Okay, what we can do is a game. We can play a game with Fluffy, where Machino, Kelly, and I each come up with something that happened in the show, but one of us is lying, and he has to pick out which one of us is bullshitting.
Fuck.
That's all right. Well, just the most outrageous one, Daniel, you know is correct. It's not a lie.
Oh, definitely. Well, I mean, the most outrageous one is definitely John's fucking fast travel abilities compared to the fucking White Walkers.
Nah, fucking Aegon. Fucking Aegon.
Aegon's terrible. That's terrible. But
what the fuck? Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Okay, so
I feel like one of those ones where I just swear.
I feel like this is something they've already done, though, with, like, the Sansa and combined her with Jane. Like, this is just they're combining Jon and Aegon. F Aegon.
Thing,
I guess it sounds worse.
I'm one of the only people who didn't mind the Aegon revelation for 2 reasons. One, do we know that it was Rhaegar's pick to call his next son Aegon? And 2, I went back and I tried to find it. I don't think they ever named Elia's children.
They did. Thoros of Myr, in a conversation with Sandor Clegane in Season 3, threw his names in their face as reasons why they would never trust the Hound.
He actually mentions Rhaenys and Aegon.
He does!
Fair enough. Okay, I didn't see that.
Yeah, trust me, I went looking for that shit. Because I knew I wasn't... I know I'm insane, but I knew I'd heard it before. Okay. And yeah, I checked that shit out.
You are prepared now?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely back that up. Right
I may have brushed the dust off my collection of the show, because up until Season 6, actually, Seasons 1 to 4 I bought. Season 5 got bought for me, because I absolutely refused to buy it. And so, yeah, I dusted my Blu-rays off and went looking for that shit.
Fair enough.
Because how do you screw your own canon? Seriously.
You've met George Lucas, right?
Yeah, well. She lost the will to live, that's all I have to say.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, that was terrible, but people do die in childbirth. So, I mean,
and that I would have accepted if she'd have been hemorrhaged. Like, had she hemorrhaged, fine. Had the damage that he'd done to her throat taken her life, that's fine. Not she lost the will to live, Dan. She's just had 2 fucking kids.
I'm just looking at it. Oh, well, I mean, there are people who, if they had twins, would be like, fuck it, my life's over. I might be one of them. Don't know yet. But I'm looking at it like, all right, I'm this badass emperor dude, and I've got this whiny fucking OP protege that I really hate because he's a whiny piece of shit, and he's an idiot. So I'm just gonna tell him that the reason she died is because she lost the will to live because he's a piece of shit, and then I'll own him forever. I just think that's a psychological move. Like, she hemorrhaged out, just bled out, and was like, I'm good.
I would have even accepted that they manipulated the Force somehow to pull the life out of her to give life to Anakin. I would have accepted that shit over just, fuck it, I'm done because the man I love tried to choke me out. I'm just going to die now.
I think, I've just hit on something.
Yeah.
George Lucas wrote in a very bad way, Padme dying, losing the will to live.
Yeah.
Which then led to her 2 children almost being in an incestuous relationship when Leia kisses Luke. In Game of Thrones, Lyanna Stark dies in childbirth. Weirdly giving him like this name that we don't really understand, which leads to him being in an incestuous relationship. George Lucas, George R.R. Martin, Just putting it out there.
Have you ever seen the two of them in the same place before?
I have not.
Well, obviously, much like Benjen, Dario, Euron, and the rest of them, I think Sirio's in there too somewhere. Obviously,
And Arthur
George
Dane.
Lucas and George R.R. Martin are actually the same person.
Of
So
course,
what you're
yeah.
saying is,
I
So
thought
what you're
Arthur
saying is
Dane
George
was Mance
Lucas-
Raider now.
so George Lucas is George R. Martin, is George W. Bush, is George Costanza.
Stop.
Like friends,
Too far.
think I just had an aneurysm.
Dino, you're going to have to turn your mic up, mate.
I'm wondering if we can work George Strait into there somewhere.
Oh, we totally have to work George straight into there.
Yeah, I mean, he is the unquestioned king of country.
Yes.
I don't even like country that much, but George Strait's the fucking man.
Oh, yeah.
What about George Soros, who is the master of conspiracy theories?
I don't even know who that is.
I'm with Kelly on this one. I'm not a huge conspiracy theory dude. In that I'm sure some of them are true, but most of the times people tell me a conspiracy theory, I end up looking at them like, you really fucking think that.
Right.
And you fucking tell people you think that. And it doesn't sound stupid to you.
How else do you know not to breed with these people, though, Dan? Seriously. That's how you know. They just advertise it.
The worst for me was the fucking anti-vaxxers talking about there being, like, brain control and the vaccinations. And I'm like, motherfucker, all your parents had you vaccinated. If there was brain control shit in the vaccinations, you wouldn't be able to have that thought.
Yeah. You had me at anti-vaxxer. I mean, Chris and I have had more than one discussion on these people and, like, how...
Oh, it's so bad, but I guess it is what it is.
In fairness, Kelly, Daniel had you the first time he met you when he said, "Hi, I'm Duh."
True.
So, to try and steer this back to topic, let's try and start with the positive. It's always good to, put a positive light on things. In turn, 3 things we all liked about the show this season.
No wolf deaths.
Well, there were no wolves, so...
Hey, you said a positive. I gave you a positive. No wolf deaths.
I mean, I could be happy about the fact that there are no food fights either.
Well, no, that's no fun.
Okay,
so no wolf deaths.
You know what?
I think the back and forth between Tormund and Sandor for me was fantastic about Brienne.
Yeah.
I thought it would just... It's the kind of thing it's the comedic timing that makes Tormund fantastic as a character. And... Yeah, give me a minute.
Like I said, I didn't watch it, but my very favorite thing that happened this season was Littlefinger.
Oh, yeah.
Getting the fucking blade. Because all the way since book 1, I've wanted to reach through the pages and choke that motherfucker.
I think, no, even better than that, Dan, in that scene, my favorite part of that scene was when he went to, how do you say it? Jon Royce?
Jon Royce,
he just went, he basically went, new phone, who dis? Like, he's just like, fuck you, I'm done. That was my favourite part of the scene. Even more satisfying to me than him getting his throat slit was that he realised through being an utter fuckface, not a single person gave a fuck that he was about to die. There's something humbling in that, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, they're my 3 things, Chris. What are yours?
My 3 things. One was an effort, maybe not a good one, but an effort to show the impact of the war on the little people.
Yes.
I enjoyed the scene where they go back to the homestead, where the farmer and his daughter died in each other's arms. I think it humanized Sandor's character, and I think it was an attempt to show that. We saw it as well with Arya and Hot Pie. And we saw it even with that ridiculous Ed Sheeran cameo. That whole scene with the Lannister soldiers I thought worked quite well.
Yeah, it's the reason I could tolerate that cameo.
Yeah. So I think they tried to do that in a season that just glossed over everything.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with the Ed Sheeran cameo at all.
No.
None at all.
No.
No.
It's fine.
No, nobody said shit when Mastodon was in an episode 2 seasons ago. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Mastodon's certainly not as popular globally as Ed Sheeran, but if you listen to hard rock music, you fucking know who they are. It was a big deal. It was all over the internet, and nobody fucking got upset.
Because it's not considered... Yeah, and Sigur Rós and Coldplay in the fucking Red Wedding.
Now Coldplay can go fuck themselves, but...
Yeah. I think also, like, that baseball guy, I don't know, KRT and Ray aren't here to tell me who it is, but they flashed on him during the Drogon sequence, and he threw a spear.
Syndergaard Mets, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, it's Syndergaard, I think. They call him Thor, he's a big blonde guy.
Yeah, I'm just like, he plays baseball? Holy shit. I thought he would have been a football player with that build. But yeah, he was in it as well, but you didn't see everyone going stupid. Like, it's cool to hate on Ed Sheeran, and the bullshit that we saw from that cameo is just an extension of that.
Yeah. There was also a cameo that nobody picked up. When Grey Worm is sailing into Casterly Rock, there's two Unsullied on his shoulders, and they are Glenn Howerton and Rob McElhenney from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Holy shit, no way!
Yep.
I need to go back and watch that episode. Fuck, I need to go back and watch it again. That's awesome. No, they didn't really, Chris.
I swear to God.
I have a terrible...
I didn't know if it was them or not. That's pretty sweet.
I need to find my iPad. Shut up.
I have a terrible confession, but I've never watched It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I've seen the Nightman episode and the episode where the guy's upset because his gym teacher didn't molest him, and that's the end of the list of episodes I've seen. And they were both really funny. I really liked it. I just have never sat down and watched any of the other. I'm assuming there's more than 2 episodes.
Yeah,
there are more than 2 episodes.
It seemed like a safe assumption.
Let me just patch in the picture here. Okay, I can't do it, but I'll share it on Facebook. Sorry, my apologies. It was not Dennis and Mac. It was Dennis and Charlie. Who
Charlie Day.
Yeah, Charlie Day.
That's awesome.
That is.
So second thing I liked this season. Okay, I have to admit, I really did enjoy the way they killed Viserion. I thought, if in a show that is about spectacle, in a show that even if they forsook character development for action, the fall of Viserion and the Night King riding Viserion was very well done fan service.
Yeah.
Mathena, we're still not hearing you almost at all, mate.
Not at all?
There we go.
There we go.
I'm not speaking up. I'm sorry.
There we go.
And final thing for this season. Actually, I must admit, I really enjoyed Cersei. Not the whole pregnancy thing, but Cersei's development and her fall into even deeper madness. And Lena Headey was incredible this season.
Agreed.
I thought she deserves, if they are going to do an Emmy nomination, which season 6 didn't get any. I thought season 6 got no Emmy nominations for the acting cast.
I don't think they got any for this season either. I don't think that the rumors are they're not going to get any for this season either.
If I'm not mistaken, I think I saw something on a post, and I want to say it was Jetty Wilkinson, but now that I've said that, it was probably somebody else. But they said the show started too late to get nominations in for this award period.
Correct. Okay. Yeah, they weren't eligible. Which will be the problem next season too, if they're going to start in, like, from what I hear, the rumor is November.
Well, the rumor I heard was that was an earliest case, and it could be pushed off to very early 2019.
Which I think is a mistake for them.
Yeah, it's a horrible mistake for them, but it'd be fucking sweet for us if we had an entire year with no show season. Just imagine, 2018 would be the greatest year in group history since the show started, anyway.
Except I think you're not considering the ramifications. If we have no show in 2018, That means that in 2019, we're going to get the last season of the show and the hype that accompanies it, and then at least a prequel that hits in September.
Oh, yeah, that's 2019 will be awful, but 2018 will be great.
Yeah, we'll enjoy 2018 while we can. Chris, just thought of something that I actually did enjoy about this season, and it was utter fan service. But I got complete goosebumps when Drogon came up over the Dothraki and Jaime was looking at him.
Oh, yeah.
Just that sound, and then he appeared, and it's like, I've been waiting 7 fucking years for this, and it was amazing. Like, that was that one moment I could proudly say, yeah, you know what? I'm fucking digging Game of Thrones right now. Because Drogon, it was just amazing. And I kept thinking of Theno, because I know he's a Targ fan, and I imagine that he would have loved that.
Oh, it was awesome seeing that. That scene was pretty badass. You hear him coming, and you hear the hoops thundering and all this. And they look and they see the Dothraki come, and then just behind them, he comes Drogon. That was badass.
Yeah.
Real badass.
No, and the fight choreography of the Dothraki was perfect. You understood why they're called Dothraki Screamers. When they jump up and stand on horseback, both Arrax out, you're like, okay, I'm ready to die now.
I'm just going to fall over because that's amazing. Yeah. You can see
Also,
why Robert Baratheon was scared to face them. Like, he wouldn't want to face that shit.
My wife said repeatedly during this season, there is not a single unhot Dothraki.
I'm with her. I'm with Vera on that one, definitely. Yeah. I think there's something about men that probably smell really bad because they don't bath, but, there's just something about their makeup in the show.
Fluffy, Theno, and I all smell their armpits there. Every single one of us instinctively.
I can taste it. And it's salty.
Gotta love that musky taste.
That Canadian mixture of sweat, maple syrup, and codfish.
Don't forget hockey gear, man. That's a quintessential part of any Canadian stank.
The hockey gear,
is the dirty hockey gear. Specifically shin pads and gloves.
Oh man, I'd huff your goalie mask.
I listen. I am a crazy person, but I'm not fucking stupid enough to be the two guys out of 12 on the ice. I'm going to be the one guy who's like, you know what? Shoot that rock hard piece of rubber at my fucking face. I don't care. Fuck that.
You're the one shooting the rubber at someone else's face, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't wear a visor, and I probably should, but even still, I gotta feel like it's less likely for me to lose my teeth than the guy playing nets. And I have watched a guy who was playing goalie take a puck to his nether regions and have his cup split in half and have to get his pecker stitched back up. Well, actually, I didn't have to watch that part. I just had to watch the cup breaking. I didn't go to the
I mean, you didn't have to watch that part. You just enjoyed it.
I just did. Yeah, no, the video's on my phone. It was great.
What? Of the only person here who doesn't have man parts, even I'm like, no. Nope.
Yeah, it was kind of traumatizing.
I'm a journalist, and I've seen some pretty gnarly shit IRL and on video. The most freaky video I've seen is of, you've seen it for sure, Fluffy, a goalie who gets his jugular split.
Oh yeah.
There's a video of there's like a mess in front of the net, of the hockey net. Someone, literally the ice skate of one of the players slices the goalie's throat, and you just blood gush all over the ice. One of the referees goes in and literally just holds the jugular together, and they actually saved him. He survived.
Yeah, that's actually happened 2 or 3 times at the NHL level, and it's probably happened quite a few more times elsewhere around the world. But I know it happened not that long ago at the NHL, and I can't think of who it was, but I know back in the late 80s or early 90s, it happened to Clint Malarchuk, who was mostly a career backup. If you're into hockey stats, you can shoot me a message anytime.
All of a sudden, I'm into hockey stats. Look at that.
Fair enough. Great sport.
It is a real good sport. I grew up in Hockey Town. Go Kings.
I was going to say,
enough.
hockey, for those who think that UFC isn't hard enough.
Hockey. You gotta be extra hard to play hockey.
Yeah, apparently.
Are you a Red Wings fan? Red Wings fan, you know?
Yes.
Makes sense.
Of course he is.
My home team. Yep.
Of course he is. Red Wings are like the only team I know in the American Hockey League besides the Rangers. Or maybe the Bruins. Are the Bruins a hockey team?
Yes, they are.
Bruins.
Yeah. Yeah, my friend's a Bruins fan, and I know the Red Wings and the Rangers only because it's New York. But I don't know any other team in the American Hockey League, I'm ashamed to say.
Well, actually, it's the National Hockey League. The American Hockey League is the minor league.
Okay.
Of the National Hockey League.
Okay, Kristen just changed your name in the chat, Thino, to Sexual Chocolate. It just popped up on my phone.
We're gonna call him Mark. We're gonna call him Mark Henry from now on, aren't we?
Oh my God, no!
when Thino next bans somebody's gonna be like, "Welcome to the Hall of Fame."
The world's strongest admin.
Yes.
Oh man.
Wait, but who's his Mae Young, Chris?
You.
Hey, I'm not that old. Go to hell.
Yeah, you can give birth to urine, call him the hand.
Worst storyline ever.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Just wait until I cast Laura Khan as Casey Zick.
Okay, no. Just no.
Too far. So what did you
like
I
may have been somewhat sidetracked at the moment.
Yeah, we hit WWE town now. What do you want, tiny people? They can't see you. Go.
What did you love about the show this season, Tino?
Oh, this season? Okay, a couple of the scenes you guys mentioned, like the hair and the hound scene, I think that was really good. But one of my favorite scenes is when Danny got the Dragonstone, and they just walked in, sort of cheese, but just the fact that nobody spoke or had lines at first, I thought was pretty good.
And no music, it was brilliant.
Yeah, I think that was a really good scene. Of course, I love Danny's coat. That might be my favorite thing all season. White coat.
Is that where Ghost went? Yeah.
The ghost coat. Yeah. that was a badass coat.
I gotta admit that scene in Dragonstone where she pulled down Stannis' banner.
Yeah.
I may have squealed just a little bit with joy.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Take that, Stannis fans. He's really dead.
Yeah, man, this boy's he's really, really dead. No doubt about it.
See, I feel bad for Stannis because I didn't hate him before the show. I didn't like him. But I could see why some people did. I was like, all right, yeah, he's a cool character and he might do something cool, but I also kind of think he's kind of a pretentious twat when you really look at him. And then the show happened, and now I'm just like, fuck Stannis. I hope he gets grayscale and his cock rots off. Fuck Stannis.
Ever since the Battle of Blackwater episode, it's when it happened. The Battle of the Blackwater. They lost their collective shit over Stannis.
Yeah. I can't believe that they didn't. They all, I saw people try to explain away why he murdered Shireen, why he was okay with that, why that was alright.
Yeah, they were okay with it. I mean, people are like, it's okay, he's trying to save the world.
No, he's not!
Like, come on, man.
But see, that was one of the worst things about the show for me, was that in the books, there's alleged source material. He said to his men, like, if I fail to take the throne and fall, I expect you to continue fighting in my name and put my daughter on the throne, and then he murdered her for better weather. That doesn't fucking make sense.
It makes no sense, man.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Hey, look. We today have weather satellites. And we have our iPhones that can give us the weather anywhere in the world. He just needed to know if he was going to have to pack some winter clothing.
So Bernie's wife, she was useless anyway.
She wasn't there. Oh,
she was standing right beside
She was,
him.
yeah, because she found her
was.
hanging the next morning.
Yes,
She hung herself out of guilt.
Yeah, she felt
In the
guilty
slightly better weather.
Yes, but he couldn't burn his wife Celise to get a weather report because she was already under the weather.
I'm so glad the birth of your wonderful son has magnified those dad jokes, Dolby.
They haven't magnified shit. I was like this before, and you know it. What else do you know?
One other thing I did like is it's mostly about Danny this season for me. I like how she was take charge even with her mistakes. They talked about it. You know, everybody. I was sort of pissy with Tyrion for being all like, "Oh my God, she burned people with dragons." After the Battle of the Blackwater, I'm like, dude, you burned an army. You know?
Yeah.
Why when did you become the moral majority about, you know, good and bad shit? It just, the whitewashing.
They had to give him something to do.
Yeah,
they had to give him something to do besides drink.
Yeah, besides drinking big jokes. But that with Danny taking charge and, you know, calling people on his shit, I was happy that they did that. It was all about Danny this season. I was happy.
It was solid.
Danny's storyline was pretty solid. I'll give you that. I did. If I was her though, I would have stabbed Jon in the heart for killing one of my babies. I don't care how cute he is. He basically got Viserion murdered. There's no way I'd be letting him touch my bits. Sorry, but no.
Yeah, he's like, I'll fight 5 more minutes. Let's get out of here, man. Let's go. You know?
Even Drogon's like, get on, motherfucker, seriously.
Yeah. Grab a scale.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly. Dude, there's plenty of room on here. I had a couple of people go, well, where was Rhaegar? Rhaegar was in the back. When Viserion went down, Rhaegar was screaming in the back. But he saw what happened and he was smart and he took his distance because fuck that dude with the spear. I'm not getting any closer than that.
That episode though was box.
I'm sorry, it was one of the worst episodes I've ever seen of that show, and that's saying something.
Yeah, it was a mess. It was an absolute mess.
That scene where they were like fighting 7 against 10, well 6 because Floris was dead.
Yeah.
6 against 10,000 for like 20 minutes. Building up this stupid tension while the Raven flew at subsonic speeds.
African or European Raven.
And Gendry suddenly discovered that he should have been in the ice capades all his life.
Yeah.
John was like, "You're the fastest. You run back." I'm like, "How do you know he's the fastest? Y'all met like a day ago."
Because he's the youngest, and he wasn't half dead.
He's older than John. I hate it.
I actually worked this out. He took 3 years to row less than 100 miles.
How is he the fastest?
He was rowing at 0.008 miles an hour.
I feel like I could probably row 100 miles in less than 3 years. I mean, I'm no expert canoeist, but
I mean, I'm glad.
That's pretty slow.
Yeah. I gotta say that I felt like they were trying to see, they've built themselves into a hole because each penultimate episode of every season has been the episode. Like Baelor in season 1, Blackwater in season 2, the Red Wedding in season 3, Oberon getting a massive headache in season 4. But then they got to this one and they're like, we have to make the best episode of each. Your Hard Home, they're all episode 9 or like the penultimate episode of the season. So then they're like, we're going to make this badass. And then all the characters took fucking dumb pills.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, they wrote characters dumb just to move the story along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a massive fucking war axe there. Like, they didn't smash up the ice repeatedly. Like, just that one thing would have made more sense.
Yeah, horses would have made a lot more sense.
Yeah.
I don't think they don't have horses for nobody but the Dothraki. It's just like, why would you take them?
And then you've got like, oh look, it's Benjen every way. Never mind. Hi, Benjen.
I mentioned
Benjamin Stark, and his Mary Flame. Benjamin Stark.
Poor Joseph Rolls, though. You can just imagine, they're bringing me back. Wait a minute.
By the way, can we just... Sorry, as a side note, because of that episode, can we point out the creepiest fucking thing of the season? Bran was wearing Summer.
Yes, I pointed that out to you guys. I was really fucking angry when I saw that. I thought I was the only one, because no one had mentioned it. And I'm like, surely I can't be the only one seeing this. And I thought, maybe I'm wrong. So I went back and watched it, and I paused it. And I showed Dan a picture, my Dan, who you guys know doesn't watch the show. I showed him a picture of Summer from a couple of seasons back. I went, look at this, and then look at that. He goes, is he wearing his wolf? That's kind of creepy. Dude! But then that begs the question, how the fuck did he get Summer's pelt? Because they piss bolted out of there. It's not like he went, all right, they've gone, let's sneak back in and get Summer.
Yeah, I imagine, probably they didn't mean it to be Summer's pelt, but it looks identical.
It's way too... And Summer was always very beautiful colouring, and it would have stood out. So it's not like it was a standard wolf colour. Like, that was Summer. Well, you know, Chris, how the whole group collectively lost their shit, because 1-1 was in the March of the Dead at the beginning of the season, and we're all like, how the fuck? Because he can't be. He died south of the wall. No, they came out and said they reused his face. So that actually was 1-1.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you fucking idiots. Like,
because Mag the Mighty could have worked. But 1-1
yes, because he died in the wall. They could have pushed him out. Yeah. And John would have burnt all those bodies because he's not stupid. Well, he's stupid, but he's not that stupid. Yeah. But yeah, they reused the face because it was easier.
Yeah, do it easy. You know, I really saw that it was really by the numbers Hollywood production.
Fan service.
You know, I was like, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. And it was just like knocking down dominoes. I was like, I can't believe, the whole reason the book was written was for Hollywood not to be able to do it. That's why it made it big and expansive.
Yeah.
And Hollywood turns around and does a Hollywood show on Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
No, it's true. It felt, Fluffy, you mentioned that you enjoyed Littlefinger's death, and I agree. I like the character, but it was the way to go. But I think that whole arc symbolized what the show has become.
Yeah.
Because as much as we hated it, the first 4 seasons didn't do a bad job at making us intriguing us about the plots and making us care about the twists and turns in King's Landing.
Right.
And to off Littlefinger after the most nonsensical... Like, Littlefinger wouldn't do that. He wouldn't try and set Sansa up against Arya just to, throw shit in the wall and see what sticks. He always has a goal in mind. What would he gain from Arya dying? See, he wasn't on Arya's list.
No.
So it was just like, we'll do this last thing to gain some more television hours and make
people hate me even more.
Yeah.
Because, we couldn't, after Sansa got raped, we couldn't hate that little motherfucker any more than we already did.
Exactly.
But, by all means, let's just make it look like he's gone over the top, mustache twirling villain. Yeah. And then to watch him just sit there and cry like a little bitch. I'm just like...
I didn't mind that so much bringing him low, but the way they got there was...
Yeah. It was really nonsensical.
The sisters fighting fake out was silly.
Yeah.
And I think it would have been better served if they showed them scheming since Littlefinger. Him not really knowing what's going on instead of trying to keep the fans in the dark about it. Because it was pretty obvious what was going to happen.
Yeah, we didn't need those plot leaks to know what the hell was going to happen.
Yeah. They're like, surprise, they're really not against each other. I'm like,
no shit.
No shit.
Especially with
I don't actually think they were. Yeah, I don't think they were plot leaks. I just think they were fan theories that happened to come true this year, unlike all the other years. They were fake because the show keeps dumbing itself down.
Yeah.
No, or D&D saw the fan leaks and went, that just did our job for us.
Yeah.
Then I'm scared from what I've seen. Chris, you and I have read the supposed Lakes for 8.
Dear God.
If that's the way it's going to go, yeah, I'm
The
not even going
riot.
to fucking bother.
The riot if those theories are true.
Oh, guys, like seriously, if those theories are true, just no. Just no. I won't even bother. I will lock down the group so only we can post, like, it'll be fucked.
Oh, it's that bad?
Yes, it's that bad. Chris and I were reading them, just laughing.
Where, I assume I'll probably find them with the Google.
No. I will send you the links that I've found that Chris, if you've got it handy. The ones
I don't have them at hand. I'm on my phone. Sorry.
Yeah, same. All right, Dan. I'll send them to you after we're done.
Yeah, no worries.
Get a giggle.
Actually, I think this is the place for a PSA. For all the members of our group that might be listening to this, the season 8 spoilers, as they currently stand, we really warn you not to read them. I mean, if you've lost faith in HBO and if you've lost faith in Brian Cogman and D&D, this will make you take pitchforks and mob their headquarters.
Honestly, I watched some Game of Thrones thing, like behind the scene, and they showed Cogman talking, and I'm like, wow, he really is just how I pictured him to be. He's a total dude, bro. And I'm just like, no, that explains
Does he have a man
so
bun?
much. No, he has no hair at all, and just this really hipster kind of beard, and he looks like a member of Nickelback. Let's just put it that way.
Oh.
No, he looks like the lead singer from Disturbed's younger brother.
Yes, younger, less talented, more rapey brother.
Yeah.
Just no.
He used to be on the group.
Yeah, I know. I noticed he left really quietly too. After I think was it around the time that he had Sansa raped and we were all going stupid and he just disappeared?
It was a bit before that.
Okay. But I remember he was part of the group and then we never really sort of pointed it out, but we all knew. And then it's like, all of a sudden, he's not there anymore. I wonder why that could be.
I wonder. You should have stayed and listened.
He could have got some very valuable fucking pointers that would have improved show quality a great deal if he stopped to listen to any one of us.
He didn't need to. He got all the spoilers for free off the free folk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, no, if he'd stayed, we would have had Jeff Hartline's vision of the show come true.
Oh, God.
And I'm not willing to live in a world where Jeff Hartline gets his way.
Nope.
Love you, Jeff.
Yeah, you're like the absolute worst, but, whatever, we love you.
Yeah, you're still cool, man. You bought me a beer.
So, Dan, you didn't watch the show, but what did you like about it?
Well, I really liked the Littlefinger death, cause fuck that guy, like I said earlier. What else did I like this year? I'm intrigued. I shouldn't say I liked it, but I'm intrigued by the Dany's in Westeros moving forward with Jon. That's been a theory that's been around for a long time that they were going to end up together, and I think it's fairly fucking obvious that Ice and Fire probably refers to those two in many ways. But I'm mostly intrigued because I'm curious. I want to see the end game. I want to know how much different it's going to be, how different the journeys are going to be getting to the end point. But I like that they're there, and I can kind of see that now. And then when I read later, I'm like, this is different. Oh, this is kind of the same. This is way different. His name's not Aegon, but that's the same. So I like that that's happening. I've been more interested in this season of the show than I have any of the recent ones, even though I didn't watch it. I tried to stay more or less up to date with what was happening, whereas usually I'm in the group and I have no fucking idea what's a spoiler and what's not a spoiler, so I just kind of watch what you guys are banning, and then I'm like, okay, if someone else says that, I'll ban them because that's a spoiler, but I don't fucking know.
I know people who are listening to this are going to have so much faith in us afterwards.
Basically, what everyone should already know and the smart ones have already figured it out. If you are banned, the rest of us know about it. We know why most of the time. So coming to us and going, oh, Chris banned me and I don't think it's fair and I don't know why. Yeah, you know why.
I didn't break any rules.
Except for that time I called someone an asshole. Or like a C-bomb. You know, like, I totally called that guy a C-bomb, but that's not against the rules, right? What are the rules? I haven't bothered to read them. That's usually how
you got
those
rules in
conversations
this? I thought it was the fucking internet.
It's the internet,
This is
man.
fucking America, man. Fucking America.
I can say what I want. I can do what I want. Whatever.
I can JFK. I do what I want. Whatever.
Okay, seriously, if we take nothing else away from this, you guys should have seen Matheno's. Everyone that's listening should have seen Matheno's face when he said whatever. It was perfect.
Pretty good.
But and it's like, oh, I thought this was the shit posting group. No, that one got banned by Facebook. Go find another one and fuck off out of mine. I was almost sorry to see the Red Waste go. I really was.
I was sorry to see it go because
it all came
5 days afterwards. They came to our group, and like I don't know what our bans are at now, but I know it's probably 1,000 more than it was before the Red Waste got axed.
Yep.
Yeah, at least.
It was so bad. I mean, I was just like, I was like, how many people did I ban today? You know, I was like, was it a dozen? Was it 2? I mean, this is ridiculous. You know,
Yeah.
In one thread, it was over 100 people.
Yeah. I stopped a lot of the ones once we started asking questions to join the group. Some days it was so bad I'd go through that list and I'd block like 30 people and whatever, they're just never getting in. I didn't bother to write their names down a lot of the time because holy fuck, like I got shit to do and it was enough of my time to ban that many. It was fucked.
I was literally at work running outside like ban, and then running back to my shop. I was like, this is out of control.
I was sitting in a meeting with my phone under my desk just going block, block, block.
If anyone wants to understand what we go through, I want you to go back and watch the penultimate episode of Game of Thrones this season, particularly the scene where Tormund is about to be eaten alive by the whites, and look at his face, pause, and that's what Ryan Elliott was during those days. Just melting down on the verge of a breakdown. His marriage meant nothing. His kids meant nothing.
Except he probably had a boner, let's face it. Because it is Ryan, after all.
It's safe to assume he was wearing a mankini. For sure. For sure. In a bright neon color.
Yeah. A green. Oh, was it pink or green? It was pink, I think.
I think I've seen both.
Yeah. All I know is
bright pink and bright green, so I was going to go with like a bright orange for this.
Yeah. The admins have seen all of Ryan's tattoos. All of them. Some of them aren't fit for human consumption, but we've seen them all.
Dear group members, second PSA of the night. Not all of us have. Some of us are newly family men and wish to preserve our sanity for a while longer.
So, that's really cute that you think you're going to keep it for much longer, dude.
Oh boy,
that's how you can tell that you're a new dad. See, Thino knows.
Of course Thino knows, yeah. Because Thino has done everything to everything.
Twice.
Sometimes twice, yeah.
Twice. We have 5,961 people blocked at the moment.
Yeah, we only had 4,500 when the show season started.
Wow.
We've been busy.
Yeah, been busy.
This season has been double crazy.
Yeah, with the leaks and the episodes dropping earlier than they should have, and yeah, and that episode was just like that penultimate episode. I thought everyone were just going to lose their minds.
Yeah, episode 6 was
yeah. I do love the fact that we did implement the locking down of the group, so it would help those who didn't want to be spoilt but would accidentally get spoilt by having the lockdown and having the 3 dedicated threads. It we could kind of keep the crazy in one place for a little while.
Oh man, can you imagine how bad the whinging would have been without that? Because that's another fun part of show season is getting bitched at every fucking week for usually 10 weeks, but only 7 this week. Man, I got spoiled. I know it's Wednesday and it aired on Sunday, but like I've been watching like 7 seasons of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, which is a great show. I just happen to know it had 7 seasons. That's why I used it. And I haven't got around to watching Game of Thrones yet, and it's your responsibility not to ruin my viewing experience, even though I'm a lazy sack of shit.
Why the hell does your troll have a lisp?
Not a lisp. That's like just like dumb troglodyte.
His voice.
That's my dumb troglodyte voice. When I'm saying, that's what I go to.
Hey, the troglodyte responded.
I'm not a fucking professional voice actor. I'm sorry. I got so many voices I can do. I'm sorry that I didn't have the nuances to satisfy your fucking oral desires, Dalby.
You know what, Fluffy? It's been a decade. It's been a decade of listening to you drone on and on and on in your monotone Canadian backwoods, somewhere between Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island hoots, and the first time you showed a fucking modicum of vibration, a bit of emotion for once, and I was happy for you, and I thought that Denise had made you a married man and had developed a side of you, you just went right back to what it was. I gave you an opening, and you slammed the door on your own dick.
That's alright, it didn't even make a dent in it, I can guarantee it.
That's pretty much true. I've never actually physically slammed my dick in a door before. I'm trying to think of the logistics required. How?
Well, look, what you do is you go to a wood chipper and you find the smallest wood chip you can find.
Yeah.
Then a pair of tweezers.
Yeah.
And just improvise from there.
Well, it's not really slamming the door. I mean, it might be
It's
door size comparable to my tiny penis. I get what you're saying.
Molecular. They don't teach quantum physics.
I've
Hi,
never
Pheno,
taken
baby.
physics. I never took physics in high school. I didn't need it. Out of university 2 years.
These two are fighting, and Pheno and I are just making faces at each other.
I don't know.
Good times.
How you doing, Tina?
Where were we?
We were wrapping up
Troglodytes,
what
that's
I
right.
liked about the show, and that devolved into my troglodyte voice. And from there, I'm gonna have to try and slam my dick in a door. So
well, there's some homework for you.
I'll have to turn around and walk out backwards as I'm closing. I think that's the only realistic way. Or open it into the wind and just have it swing back on my dick. Maybe that would work. Yeah. It's not windy. So I'll revisit this the next windy day.
I look forward to it.
I'll YouTube it for you. Or Vine. I don't know if I still do.
No, Vine's not a thing anymore. It got canned.
Okay. Yeah,
no, you're gonna have to last longer than 6 seconds this time, Dan.
Oh, well,
he's married. He doesn't have to do that anymore.
Basically, 2 pumps, 1 quiver, roll over, go to sleep. I think that's all anybody needs, right?
You get 2 whole pumps?
Well,
Holy
it's
shit.
like sometimes.
I prefer go to sleep, roll over, 1 quiver, 2 pumps. Done.
The backwards way.
Anyway, so what did we hate about the show?
How long have we got?
Half an hour?
Basically, for me, it boils down to fucking up their own canon. Like, the show implemented certain things, and like in earlier seasons, particularly around the White Walkers and things like that. And then this season, they just went, "Hi, I'm Dan, and this is Dave, and welcome to Jackass." Because it was like, what the fuck? Particularly that second to last episode. Like, the White Walkers, they mentioned that the snow and ice come when they come. So how the fuck did it not ice over faster with them being there? Why did they not come down closer and ice over that water quicker?
True.
Just things like that. The Aegon thing, another one. Like, they mentioned those kids by name, but then having Lyanna call her son Aegon is basically a big fuck you to his ex. Like, to me, it just, I mean, if I would have settled for Daenerys or whatever they said his name, like whatever the fans were baying for his name to be last season.
No. Good God, no.
I would have accepted that over Aegon, Dan. Seriously.
Oh, man. Every time I see someone type that in the group, I get a gray hair.
Oh, you must be white now, baby.
It's fucking coming, man. I'm telling you. And I honestly can't wait, because I'm going to look great with gray hair. But it's fucking, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I just look old with grey hair. So I coloured it red. Now, Thino, grey hair is what happens to white people when they get old. You don't seem to suffer from that.
You know what? I got a couple gray hairs, and I started getting a couple gray hairs at 40.
Oh, shut up. I got my first grey hair at 27, baby. 20 fucking 7.
I have no hair.
Like, gray.
Yeah, Chris is all like, fucking shut up, you three. He's got no hair.
I'm okay with it, actually.
I can't imagine you with hair now, dude. Like, you rock the male pattern baldness.
Thank you, Kelly.
You know I love you.
At least I don't have a lisp.
Oh! Motherfucker!
Alright, so I got a question. If Dalby could grow hair, what do you think, which hairstyle do you think he'd be rocking right now?
Jewish fro.
Yep. I'd make Napoleon Dynamite look like me right now.
I was thinking he'd go throwback straight Kentucky waterfall, but Jewish fro, right on.
I don't even know what that is.
The mullet.
Oh, okay.
The mullet.
Yes. Business in the front, party in the back.
Yeah, that's totally Dalby.
I'd just put moose from behind the ears over one shoulder. Like season 1 MacGyver.
Oh my god.
Ooh. Classic.
Yeah.
Right on.
Like, like William McLaughlin meets Jetty Wilkinson's Tash.
Oh, Jetty went and shaved everything off, and then got offended when I said I love men with beards. I'm like, dude, you shaved. You're no longer in that group anymore.
Yeah,
Jetty, stop shaving. It makes you look like a baby, and it's really weird.
No! Oh, come on. Stop dissing his Duncan Egg cosplay.
At least it's not as bad as the time Jason Cruz shaved his beard, and I legit cried.
He was.
No.
That was bad. That was bad. Sorry, Jay, but
we love you, Jay, but don't ever do that again.
That
you look
was
like a giant gobstopper.
I know I can't say shit because I end up shaving my beard at least once a year because I get bored and I think that fucking mutton chops would look good for a while, and then I'm like, well, now I just got to do ridiculous mustaches for a while, and I'll do a Fu Manchu, the handlebars and shit.
I did like the beard thing you had going on your wedding photos, Dan. It looked good.
That beard was awesome, and I'm growing it back. A week after the wedding, had a job interview, and I just looked at it like, man, it's 2017. Having a beard really shouldn't hold me back from getting this job, but even if it's 99.9% sure it probably won't affect it, I'm not taking that 0.1% chance because it was a pretty good job. So,
did you get the job?
Did you get it?
I did get it.
Woo!
I did.
Yeah.
I'm done training. I am on a reserve list with the stevedores union here in Halifax now. So I'm not in the union. I'm not unionized or anything like that. But that, as long as I don't fuck up horribly, is probably that's the end game, and that's where I'll end up as long as I don't screw up. So
you'll be fine.
Cool.
Yeah, basically, as long as I don't run anything or anyone over in a piece of heavy equipment, I should be all right.
Well, that's no fun.
Well, I mean, I gotta wait till I get in the union, and then there you go.
Well, Thino operates heavy machinery, sometimes while butt dialing us.
Oh yeah, my phone is all over the place. Right.
Just randomly hearing me yell out, "You've called us again!"
I think we've all accidentally started a group video chat.
Yeah, which is all right, except when you're getting ready first thing in the morning and you're like, "Oh, whoop, nope, hang up quickly." None of you want to see that. I mean, Chris butt dialed me no less than 3 or 4 times last week, Chris?
I mean, it was, not supposed to. I don't put my phone in my back pocket. It's more of the front pocket dial, if anything.
A dick dial is what you're saying.
No, I'm not that ambitious.
That's the scandalous dial. Chris, I'm just going to throw back. I'm looking at MacGyver from season 1, and that's an excellent choice. Well done. Well done.
And in terms of dick dialing, my dick doesn't have those numbers on it. Let's remember that I'm not black or Canadian. I'm Welsh, and we have,
You're more talented with your tongue than your dick. Got it. Okay.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Yeah. My toes, they wiggle in the right direction.
So, show season, everybody! Actually, one line I did enjoy out of this season that I will be using quite a lot coming season is the line that the Hound was going on about whinging. You're opening your mouth and complaining's coming out. That's whinging. I don't like overusing the Hound lines, but that one's a good one.
Yeah, who knew they were going to use Matthew Diamond as Sandor Clegane's, stunt double?
Actually, he would have been Gendry's stunt double because he was the one bitching and moaning.
True.
I think I saw him like something the other day and said he actually enjoyed it. I nearly fell off my chair. What? No, that's not how that works. It's like a glitch in the Matrix.
It was the fingers.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I'm a bit confused as to what's going on here.
So, sadly, I think we're getting to the end of our allotted time. Yeah, okay.
Aren't we not admins? Do we not run this shit? Oh, sassy Hedwiggle, I love it, Thino.
I knew that pointing Kelly to be an admin would come back and bite us on the ass.
As if it hasn't already several times.
Literally.
Hey, I only bite when you ask.
Yeah, but it's hard for him to get the safe word out around the ball gag, Kels.
Damn it! I forgot to teach him, banana in sign language.
Yeah. I mean, Fluffy, at least we can understand it when I say those safe words.
Oh! Fluffy and I don't
kid.
need safe words. Fluffy
That was
doesn't
me,
like
I
safe
apologize.
words, do you, baby?
I don't need a safe word.
Bad boy.
You can dish it out, I can take it. And I phrased that exactly like I meant to.
Oh. Exactly.
Just need a minute.
So what, in the Geekcast Live tradition, usually what they do is, they go around the table and ask people what they're geeking on this week.
Yep.
So what you're geeking on this week?
I'm geeking on old school. I'm playing Final Fantasy VII right now.
Ooh, the old style.
Yeah, I'm just
Nice.
running around leveling up. I just got Vincent and Yuffie earlier today, actually. So, I'm coming on that road.
How's your
Nice.
Aerith cosplay?
What?
How is your Aerith cosplay?
I think we can make it happen. I think that we could. That'll be.
Please make it happen. Please
die
make it
happy.
happen. It would be my birthday and Christmas present for the next 100 years if you made that happen.
You can make that.
Just imagine. What version are you playing?
PC console.
Oh, okay, my bad. PS4, I downloaded
Okay.
off PlayStation Network.
And where are you on the remake? Because 2 years ago we had that teaser, and then nothing's been heard of since.
All I see is a teaser. I'm waiting, and I'm like, I see the teaser, I see the same teaser, and nothing. I'm ready for it.
Because I see on video game news, did you guys catch this snippet that BioWare is bringing a Game of Thrones game?
I saw that.
I saw that, but I've also seen it with Bethesda, and I don't know that I put a whole lot of stock in either of those rumors.
Yeah.
No, until they come out and say it, I'm not. I'm going to keep my hype in a drawer.
Yeah, I kind of think with both of those rumors, maybe it could be a case of wishful thinking on people's parts, and they're like, you know what? If I say it, maybe someone will think that's a good idea. All these people are interested in it. Let's do it. So I don't really know.
Well, there is the apparently true rumor, the trumor of that Skyrim at the very early stage of conception was going to be a Westeros adaptation.
I saw
but
that.
Apparently, talks broke down early, and everyone knew it.
Yeah, I saw that in the group. I didn't even bother clicking on it because,
Yeah, I heard it outside of the group.
Yeah.
You know, just kicking around the internet. I had heard it for years ago.
Fluffy, what are you geeking on this week?
I've been playing a lot of video games this week, and I played the Game of Thrones Telltale game, which, holy fuck, that was brutal. Not that it was bad. It was just, I feel like I fucked Host Forrester irrevocably, and I don't know that I could have not fucked Host Forrester. So I think it was kind of like the Game of Thrones thing at the time, where it was like, no matter what the good guys did, bad shit happened. I feel like that's the way they went with that particular release. And I've also been playing a shitload of Fortnite, which is kind of fun, but I'm glad I didn't pay for it, too. Yeah.
I don't know Fortnite.
It's fun, but I'm glad I didn't pay for it. I don't really like building games, so I tend to be the guy in the game who I just kind of stand there and basically dick around for 20 minutes while everybody else goes and explores the map and does whatever, and then I shoot shit in the face for 5 minutes, and then we reset. And I really like the parts where I'm cheap stuff, but yeah, that's where I'm at on Fortnite.
I'm not a builder. You got a prefab? I'm cool.
It depends. I think the only games I enjoyed building were like the old Warcraft games, Warcraft 1, 2, 3, and Age of Empires. Anything past that, I think, the balance is off.
Yeah, I do like building and strategy games, I should say. I do like RTS games. Love the Total War games. They're great. Shit like that. I do enjoy the building in that. It's just like I don't get like the Minecraft craze. It doesn't appeal to me. I get that some people like it, but for me personally, if I really feel like building something, I'd rather go build something in real life, and then I've got a whatever table, let's say, instead of going and building a digital table. I'd rather just go do it, because if I'm going to build something, I'd rather have something at the end of it, I guess.
Yeah, I can't relate to that level of manliness.
I wouldn't say that I'm a fabulous carpenter by any stretch, but I could put a table together. I think chairs would be tricky.
I took 20 minutes to put up some bunting for my baby shower.
Hell, Chris, I'm more manly than you then.
In terms of DIY, certainly. I literally had to put drops in Matthias's eyes yesterday for conjunctivitis, and I literally pumped the air because I managed to get one in his eye.
Chris, pro tip, and sorry guys, this is going to be a bit weird, but get Vera to use what she's feeding him, get a little bit on a cotton ball and put it on his eye. It works better than eye drops.
Okay.
Breast milk is a wonderful thing.
So vodka on the eye.
No wonder he's such a good sleeper. No wonder he's such a good sleeper.
I thought it was bourbon for the cruise,
I'm
not vodka.
talking that classless shit. I'm talking Stolitz Naya, motherfucker.
Stoli.
Grey Goose or get the fuck out.
No, Stoli, man.
Yeah, we call it Stolly here. Because, you know, Australians, we always say things
gonna
weirdly.
go with the Crystal Skull vodka. If that's what it's got to be.
Yes.
The one that makes you wish that film didn't exist?
Yeah. Drink it till that film doesn't exist.
You know what? I didn't hate that as much as everybody else did. That
Don't
film.
do it. Don't say it.
Don't say it.
Fluffy.
It wasn't. No, but here's why. Everyone got so fucking upset.
There's still that good taste clause on your contract.
No, but the main thing I saw, well, not the main thing, but I saw a lot of people getting upset. It's like, it's Indiana Jones. There's aliens. It doesn't make sense. I'm like, yeah, but in the first 3 movies, you prove 2 different religions are right. Like, the artifacts associated with Christianity and also, I'm spacing on the other one, but you know what I mean. Those artifacts had power, so that's fucking weird. Why can't there be aliens in that? I mean, if I found the Ark of the Covenant and looked at it, I don't think my fucking face is gonna melt. So we're clearly dealing with some sort of fiction.
Fictional characters.
Yeah, I didn't really have a problem with it. I didn't think it was great by any means, but it was kind of the same old enjoyable indie camp, same old crazy action stuff. I just kind of glossed over Shia LaBeouf because that guy's a douche, but whatever, you know.
Well done to D&D. They managed to alienate viewers who enjoyed the Crystal Skull.
Yeah, but they were at a disadvantage. One of them was at a disadvantage because I don't know how anybody ever goes, all right, I've got Ryan Reynolds playing Deadpool.
Yes!
So is fucking mouth shut.
Yo, you're genius. That was genius, right?
Oh, that was genius, man. That was quality storytelling. Like,
I guess
epitomizes Deadpool, but let's just completely make him the anti-Deadpool. Because we're edgy as fuck, yo.
If that, I guess my intellect's not high enough to understand.
I just love that they rip into that now. I just love that they just take the piss out of that every chance they get.
Well,
so
I think you have
inexplicably sewed his mouth shut. Yeah.
Well, you have to. You know what I mean? You fuck up that bad. You just got to admit, I screwed the food.
Yeah. I didn't even ask its name. I just screwed it.
Didn't even kiss
Didn't even give it cab fare.
And I kept his clothes.
Yes.
So Kelly, what do you get on this week?
A couple of things. I'm geeking on the fact that I introduced my girls to the Marvel Cinematic Universe last night with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
I've looked at all the movies and I thought that's the one that probably won't terrify them the most. And of course the first scene happens and Kaylee starts crying. Because, you know, the mum dies. And I'm like, fuck, that was really not well done.
She's like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, shit! It's like Nemo, you've got to skip the first chapter. So I did that last night, and they really enjoyed it. And Kaylee's looked at me at the end and gone, you know, I'm glad Groot didn't die because I might have had issues with you after that. I'm like, no, fair enough. And then the other thing is, I've been geeking on it for probably solidly 3 weeks now, but I've been playing Fallout 3. I played the first couple years and years and years ago. I never got to play 3 and New Vegas. I got 3 on my computer, but Windows 10 doesn't like it, so then we grabbed it. The old Game of the Year edition on PS3. I was actually playing that as we got called in for this one. So that's definitely what I've been geeking out. If I have a bad day at work, I'll just come home and I will shoot super mutants in the face.
Fair enough.
Kill them all.
So,
Kill them all.
oh yeah. So yeah, that's what I've been geeking on. I haven't just been sitting down and playing video games for a long time, so it's kind of nice to get back to that.
Wonderful.
And I'm pre-geeking on it.
The reviews are looking solid.
Dude, if Stephen King saw it twice and fucking loved it, then I'm going to be pretty cool about this.
Pre-geeking pretty hard about Star Trek Discovery and the Orville.
I just saw an ad for Discovery, and I was like, I'm not a Star Trek girl by any stretch of the imagination, but I was like, this looks pretty solid.
I'm so ready for Star Trek to be back on TV, because I'm obviously a huge fucking nerd.
I am so ready for Trek.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that one. And I'm not confident about the Orville. I don't know. I do enjoy Seth MacFarlane sometimes, but I don't know. I think it could quickly become straightforward parody.
I think it's either going to be awesome or terrible, but I'm hoping it's awesome, and I'm certainly going to give it the chance to be awesome. I'm going to watch more than one episode before I make a decision on it. I don't necessarily expect that both of those shows are going to work out great, but I'm hoping I get one that I can follow for 3 or 4 seasons anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's Seth MacFarlane's tagline. It's either going to be awesome or awful.
Yeah, that's pretty much his calling card.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Chris, you oh, by the way, the girls say hi. They're like, are you going to talk to Chris? Can we talk to Chris? I'm like, no, you can't talk to Chris. Guys, Chris has fans in my youngest children. Like, my youngest child adores him. And they're always asking me to call him. It's really cute. But she's terrified of thunder.
You never call me.
It's 3 a.m. where you are.
I call you
when they
all
ask.
the time. Once a week I call you. So despite the repeated pleas of your children, who you profess to love, you never call me.
Here's a pro tip, guys. I'm always terrified that I'm inconveniencing someone by contacting them. That's my thing. I'm always like, no, I'm not going to call just in case I'm interrupting something or you know, it's just how I am. But I promise I'll make more of an effort.
The fact that you're still like that with me is no real.
Yeah, it's just part of my personality. And also I talk on the phone all day to people. Like, I come home and I'm just like, don't make me talk. Well, Chris, I was actually working the other day when you called me. I was sitting there working while we were talking.
I mean, you know, just working.
I was doing rasters and shit. It was like so much fun. But my youngest is terrified of thunder. So my husband thought it would be hilarious to show her the thunder song for Ted. I didn't think it was so much. I didn't think it was as funny. But now she walks around singing it every time there's a storm. And I'm sitting there. Thanks, Dan. Thanks. I hope they don't have a storm at school because I'm going to have some explaining to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But they saw, we were at the Royal Adelaide show, so you guys would probably think of it more like a state fair. And they had Ted toys, like stuffed toys, and Kaylee goes, look, Mum, it's the suck my dick bear. Oh my God.
You gotta love kids.
I'm just looking at my husband like, what the hell is wrong with you? And he's just in bits because, you know, he thinks it's hilarious. I'm just like, yeah, that's my kid, yo.
See, that's the thing. My dad had a great straight face.
Yeah.
Like, I know shit was said, and he must have thought it was hilarious. But I never realized Dad was funny until I was like 19. I didn't know he had a sense of humor. He had a great sense of humor. Dude was fucking funny.
Yeah.
But I don't have that. If my kid says something like that, I'm gonna just.
You learn to steal your face, dude. Like when my friends' kids did that shit, I had to leave the room because I was laughing so hard. I now wait till they've been sent to their room, and then I'll lose it laughing. Like, you just gotta learn.
There was one time we caught him. My little brother downloaded and printed off like 101 dumb blonde jokes, and they were pretty raunchy. And Dad went down into the basement to have a smoke, and he was like, well, I'll go burn these in the furnace. And for the next hour and a half, we could just hear him burst into laughter every 5 minutes or so when he found a particularly good one.
Yeah, my dad had a pretty decent sense of humor that until you got to know him, you didn't realize he had. And it was always funny because when he laughed with his whole body. Like, he would just try to stifle it, which would make him shake harder. It was always funny to watch him just laugh because he'd just keep going and going to the point where he was nearly crying. It's like, wasn't that funny? But yeah, that was kind of. But he'd always be serious and no, that's not funny. Don't make that joke. And then I'd hear him tell his mates. I'm like, I thought that joke wasn't funny.
Yeah,
it's not funny when your 11-year-old says it, but apparently it's funny when you say it. So we're
see that's
geeking out on.
Chris, do you want to message Base and let him know that we're probably going to?
I want to know what Chris is geeking out on.
Yeah, what Chris is geeking out on.
What am I geeking out on this week? Well, you know what?
Sleep.
No. After years of being a Marvel fanboy and ragging on DC, this week I decided that as I am now a father, I have to give things a chance. I have to, open my eyes and ears to things that I claim to hate. So I went back to start reading DC Comics, and Mathina is a huge comic book fan. You will appreciate this. I started reading the New 52, which was the reboot of the DC continuity about 5 years ago. And I'm about, 10 series in? I've given about 10 series a chance, and I hated it. I absolutely freaking hate it. I enjoyed the Justice League. The Justice League I thought was solidly handled. Everything else, every standalone series that I read, from Batman the Dark City to Animal Man, comics I'd never heard of, I've literally just been like, this is just so confusing, so poorly written, and I just went back to Marvel. So I am confirmed in my Marvel superiority. Something that I'm geeking on is a series that we started with Elizabeth and Ganji. We were both looking for a new series to start, and it's a series called Memory, Bone, and Thorn, which is by Tad Williams. It's a fantasy classic. It's a trilogy. Sorry, apologies. Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn. Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn. We're halfway through the first book, which is called The Dragonbone Chair, and it's not that it's revolutionary fantasy. It's just extraordinarily well written. And the pacing, the characters, the narration are superb. I recommend it to anyone who listens to this. Tad Williams, Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn trilogy.
I'm going to get that, and I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to beat you to the end of it.
Really, bring it. I'm on paternity leave right now, so I have a lot of time free during the day.
Yeah, I'll still read it.
It's amazing. Okay, well, I look forward to sharing it with
you.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Do you read much nonfiction, Chris?
Yeah, quite a lot.
I'm in the middle of a book right now about the Voyage of the Bounty, and it's fucking awesome. I'll send you the author's name, I think, was Carolyn Alexander.
Okay.
I think. I'm at my mother's place right now, so I don't actually have the book handy. But I will find out and send it to you because I have fucking loved it. It's been fascinating.
Okay, I'm looking at it here. It looks very good. I'm fascinated by the bounty. I've read a couple of books on the bounty years ago. One thing that was particularly interesting is that the island the bounty survivors landed on today is basically still ruled by their descendants. The Pitcairn Islands, that's it. Basically, the survivors of the bounty landed there and just took over the local indigenous people, appointed themselves as kings, and that's still the bloodline that rules the islands today.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah, it was that was a real interesting experience. And I mean, the journey that after the mutiny that the Lieutenant Bligh and the loyalists went on is just fucking ridiculous.
For sure.
I mean, yeah, like I knew it was bad, but I didn't know any like nobody could do that. Like maybe him and like one other guy on the planet could have navigated a tiny ass boat with 20 people on it
and survived.
And then something like 7 of them died when they found a port because of they all got sick.
Yeah. No, I will definitely read that book with pleasure. Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, no worries. I don't find it particularly dry. I like reading nonfiction, but I find a lot of them just read like a textbook. And this one, I mean, it's definitely not Patrick Rothfuss's lyrical writing style, but I've found it interesting enough that I can get into it, and it's not super dry.
Okay, I will absolutely download that.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, I think we're getting to the end of our hour and a half.
Yeah.
I think we ran a little longer than the other podcast did, but whatever.
That's what they get when they leave us to our own devices.
Exactly.
They get what they get.
They can deal with it, and if they don't like it,
then they can be on the next one and dictate.
If they don't like it, what's up, bro?
What you gonna do?
Yeah.
You gonna come all the way to Australia and kick my ass? I don't think so.
You come to Nova Scotia, I'll throw hands. I'm always down. I'll throw hands.
You can come to Mexico, I'll hire someone to kill you for 50 pesos.
Come to Detroit, my cousins will kill you.
For free!
For 50 pesos.
Only take 40. Come to Australia, we'll just let our animals kill you for nothing, because, that's what's up.
Get your cakes for free.
Yeah. No, it's not that bad, guys. Come on.
Well, guys, I'm going to go poodle off and bathe my child.
Okay.
Huffed up, baby.
I hope that's not a euphemism.
No, it isn't.
I don't think that's a euphemism, Dan. I actually think you mean
not anymore. No,
Not anymore.
It would have been way creepier if he hadn't just had a baby.
That's what else you can buy for 50 pesos in Mexico.
The thing is, guys, 50 pesos in Mexico will buy you fake babies for your Facebook picture as well.
Yeah, no, sorry, Chris. That baby looks too much like Vera to not be hers, at the very least. Did he go? He just buggered off. Cheeky bastard. Now it's just the 3 of us. Whatever shall we do?
I'm sure you have some ideas.
Oh, yeah, no, I got that shit written down.
Oh my.
Oh, speaking of writing down, we should plug the fact that we're going to do the tourney again I'm thinking in January. January tourney to coincide with the anniversary of Bobby.
Okay.
So, for all those who don't know, we do a writing tourney. We'll post up more information about it soon, but it is something that the group loves to do, and we do it well. So I'd love to see lots of new faces and many, many old ones coming back. Dan, you'll write, won't you?
Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I don't know who I'm going to bring this time.
Oh.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it'll be Squatchy or Fluffy or...
Well, Squatchy might be a little bit busy.
Squatchy might be. He's, his hands have been tied up a lot.
Yeah. But he likes it.
Chris just messaged. He said that was adequately creepy point to sign off.
Yeah, well, it was. All right, guys. I have to go as well. I'm getting phone calls from work on my day off, so I better find out what's going on.
That's always exciting. I need to kick off too. It's 10:30. I'm visiting, so
Oh.
I should
All
run.
right.
Been awesome, guys.
Love you.
Yeah.
Mwah.
It's been
Bye,
super
guys.
fun, and I'm down to do it again whenever.
Yeah, we don't even need to record. We can just chat.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. See you guys later.
Awesome. Sounds good. See
Bye.
ya.
All right, John.
Cheers.